Hi, thank you for watching a video blog. Today from Tallinn, Estonia. There's still people saying that there's an overpopulation problem, and I find it interesting. I made a few videos about it. I am explaining about birth rates that are declining, and that there's no overpopulation problem, there's an underpopulation problem. It's very visible already in many of the civilized countries. You can see this already in Japan, you can see this already in the United States, you can see this already in most countries in Europe. It really is a problem of underpopulation. Now, even in my own country, the country where I grew up in, the Netherlands, even there you can clearly see that there's an underpopulation problem. And even though it's a very dense populated area, there's 17 million people living on a very, very small plot of land. But even there, you can see that there's an underpopulation problem in the Netherlands. Yes, you heard it. Even with a so-called housing crisis, there's an underpopulation problem. Because if you will go to the outskirts of the country, in the more rural areas like Limburg, Zeeland, eastern Groningen and other places, the north of North Holland, all these provinces, all these parts in these provinces, they are shrinking in population. Basically, the only people still living there are elderly, and the young have no interest in living there. Because there's no work to find, there are no social activities anymore. And this is not happening, by the way, only in the Netherlands. This is happening through all of Europe. But in the Netherlands, let's stay in the Netherlands for now, we can see that there's no interest at all in living in these places. And when the elderly die one day, it will become ghost towns and nobody has any interest in living there. Some parts even already became ghost towns, but it starts like in the most uninteresting places for young adults to live. There you can already see what's going on, that it's slowly turning to a ghost town. Like shops are leaving, doctors are leaving, and it slowly will turn into a ghost town. And this is of course already happening in Spain and Italy. There you can buy a whole village for €1 because it's a ghost town. Nobody's living there. So you see the appearance of ghost towns everywhere in Europe. The countryside is dying and whole villages are being abandoned. And this is only the start, because you have to take in mind that the people that are dying now and leaving these towns now were born in like the 1940s. So they come from a time where there were still larger families. Like I say, 4 or 5 children was the norm. In the 1920s it was maybe 8 children was the norm. So this means that it will only go faster. Because the people that will die now, or like I say, are from like the 40s. But what if in a few years the people that grew up in the 60s will start to die? They grew up in a time where 2 and 3 children per family was the norm. So they are already from smaller families. So this means that there will be even less people left. So you can clearly see that in Europe, already in Europe, it's happening right in front of your eyes. The low fertility rates, low birth rates are starting to wipe out whole villages. Now the government tries to fill this up with, inviting a lot of immigrants. They do this in different ways. Expats, students, but also refugees of any kind. But they are, in a panic, because they know that this can't happen. You cannot have such a strong decline in your population if you want to maintain a civilization. In nature, this is all not a problem, because people are having children and they don't need a civilization to survive. So they don't need any services that they have built in civilization, because the service is the tribe, is nature. It's you, your children, family, extended family, the tribe. That is the one that's providing the services. Everybody's helping each other out. But of course, in civilization, this is a problem. When there are not enough workers, it will collapse. So they try now to fill up this demand with immigrants. But there will be a day that this will not be enough, because you cannot just import people in the hope that a society will sustain. The Romans tried this and it failed. Because the immigrants will adapt to the culture. They don't want to be outsiders. They want to, of course, be a part of their new civilization, their new culture. So what will they do? They also have fewer children. And eventually they will have 0 children. Just like the Japanese. They're the ones that have one of the lowest birth rates on Earth. Yet they're one of the most advanced civilizations. To anybody that tells you that underpopulation is a lie or a myth or just a conspiracy theory, look at your country. What? There's an underpopulation problem. Villages are dying out. There's no new people coming in. What happens when birth rates go down? They continue to go down. It's impossible to get them back to their old levels. Unless, of course, people start to live more traditional, go back to nature, etc. But they're not doing that. Because it's a civilization. So, take a look around in any civilization at this moment. And you will see that there is no overpopulation. There is underpopulation. Ghost towns, ghost shopping malls. And who are still living? Single family households. Only one people that is surviving, not having a family, not having children. And soon it will be all a desert. Ruins of a past, of another civilization that has failed. My idea is live naturally. Watch my videos about that and you will learn how to do that. So that was for today from Tallinn, Estonia. I say thank you for watching and I see you next time.